Okay, so I thought it would be easier to make a video of this instead of writing it down. And in this video I wanted to show my experience in framing a panel onto a floater frame. So in order for this to work, you need to glue a wooden backing to the bottom of the panel so that when the painting rests in the middle, it will be suspended and then it can be attached and screwed from the bottom. So the reason I wanted to make this particular video is because I had the interesting experience of making a mistake. I had to frame a whole bunch of paintings, and I had cut. The paintings were done on different types of panels. Like this is the 1/8 of an inch Raymar panel, and this one is a little bit thicker Gatorfoam board panel. So because of the different thickness of the panels I was using, I had to cut different thickness backing boards. However, I made the mistake for this particular painting to cut a thicker backing board, which meant that when I suspended the painting into the floater frame, it wasn't sinking down enough. It needs to have about 1/4 of an inch depression going down. And so I thought it would be a really good idea to share my method for gluing the backing board to the panel, because I experimented with a couple different types of glue and I was very happy with the decision I made. So, for instance, the back of the Raymar panel is this melamine finish, and I experimented with a melamine glue which can bond this smooth surface very well. And actually what I discovered is that the bond is extremely strong, and if you ever want to separate the two, you're likely to damage the painting. So then I decided to go with something that could be repairable, and I went with this silicone glue, so that if I ever wanted to separate the two paintings, maybe because I wanted to change the frame or some repair needed to be done on the painting, I could always do that later by separating the two using a utility knife. So that's it. So basically what I'm gonna do is lay my painting down, make sure the wood is clean, and just place a couple of blobs of glue in the corners. So that if you ever need to separate it, you can easily do that. And then we press the backing to the back of the board. As you can see, I have left 1/4 inch all around. The backing board is about 1/4 inch smaller than the actual painting. I try to center it as best as I can. Press it down. And then I leave it overnight under the books. Okay, so for the Raymar panel, it was very interesting this little sticker here, the glue doesn't stick well to it. So if you do not remove the sticker, you're gonna have one of the corners of your frame not glued well enough, and that's a problem. So I think that's it for now. Okay, now just one more little tip which I think is important, is when you're ready to let's say you have already glued the backing board to your panel, and now you're ready to screw in the picture to the frame. And then what you do is you put your spacers all around on all four sides to make sure the space remains constant on the sides. After you screw in your painting to the frame, sometimes those spacers are really snug, and if you just pull them out, even if you have a very well manufactured panel, sometimes you can a little bit lift the linen from the actual panel, so you need to be very careful. So what I do, I use something like this where I would press it here and very carefully lift this thing out.